Welcome to the show, everybody. I've got a question for you. Have you heard about Hillary Clinton's emails? Of course, I'm kidding. Apparently, we are really fully back to Hillary's emails in terms of the priorities for the current Justice Department in 2025. And I'm sort of opening it this way, but this is really about something else. This is really about Jeffrey Epstein. This is really about the smothering and the cover up that we are now seeing carried out at Donald Trump's direction by the Department of Justice, by the FBI. We've got a country, and by a country, I don't just mean Democrats. In fact, it's almost more Republicans. We have a country that is as united about wanting answers with regards to the Epstein files, united as it has been in a long time about any issue. What really happened, who was involved, what's being hidden. And Donald Trump's team, yes, they're sending Tulsi out there to say that Barack Obama committed seditious treason. Yes, they are doing all of these different things to try to point in a different direction. But they are also digging back into a scandal from nearly a decade ago. And it is not because now it's time for accountability finally about Hillary's emails. It's to distract you. It's to give you, and maybe even more so than you, the MAGA people that are saying, we're not going to forget about the Epstein files. It's to give the MAGA people something different to think about and to talk about. We are now seeing Attorney General Pam Bondi release documents related to Hillary Clinton's private email server from when she was Secretary of State. This is a case that the FBI already investigated in 2016, starting earlier than 2016, and closed an investigation into in 2016. No charges, and there is nothing new going on. But we find ourselves with people asking tough questions about Epstein's death, and Trump goes, look over here, remember Hillary? Look over there, remember Obama? And you're right to be infuriated because it's infuriating. The same Justice Department that can't release Epstein's client list and or it doesn't exist. Take your pick. It's we can't release it or it doesn't exist or Obama made it up. Take your pick, whichever you like. They can't do it for a variety of reasons. Victim privacy, national security, legal constraints. They are fine dumping documents related to a closed investigation from, at this point, a decade plus ago. They did the MLK stuff. They had no problem releasing 230,000 pages about Martin Luther King's assassination from 1968. But with Epstein, it's too sensitive. And by the way, the MLK stuff, even MLK's descendants, his family, didn't want it released. So do they think people are stupid? Maybe. Do they think that Trump's cult followers are so culty that they won't care? Maybe. Yeah, that's another possibility. But this is much bigger than Jeffrey Epstein. This is a story really about what happens when those in power treat the public like they're an obstacle instead of the people they are there to serve. If you see the public as the people you are there to serve, you behave one way. If you see the public as an obstacle you have to get around to get what you actually want, what's good for you, what's good for your friends, well, then you treat the public in a different way. Trump's base came to believe that Trump was going to blow this wide open. He would name names. He would release the files. We would have prosecutions. We would have all of it. Kash Patel told us that would happen under Trump. Dan Bongino told us it would happen under Trump. Now they're in the administration. They go, nothing to see here. We have no list. We have nothing. And so Trump's ranting about he wants racist sports team names to come back. I'll talk about that later a little bit. He wants the Commanders, the Washington Commanders, to be renamed back to the Washington Redskins. He might even block a stadium deal over it. And you got the Obama stuff, the Hillary stuff. It's all a circus. It's this loud, chaotic, desperate circus meant to make you, MAGA, whoever, made to make people forget the one thing that he doesn't want you focusing on, which is they are covering something up. 50% of Republicans, as of last week, believed that the Trump administration was covering up Epstein stuff. 67% of all Americans believe that the government is hiding Epstein stuff. 79% of Americans say release the documents. But instead, you've got Pam Bondi talking about Hillary's emails. You've got Pam Bondi, or Tulsi rather, talking about Obama's treason. And so they're hoping you won't notice. They're hoping you'll give up. They're hoping you'll shrug and say, we may never know, but we are noticing. And so this is why we aren't really asking, have you heard about Hillary's emails? We're asking, what are you so afraid about us finding out if we get the truth about Epstein? Will we ever get it? That's the question. Let me know what you think. info@davidpakman.com.